In this video, we're going to cover the complete analysis for XJO, Australian Index, which is a headline index, and also some of the key other indexes which I am tracking as part of this analysis, which I'll be covering up shortly. And also, I'm adding a new section where I'm going to share with you some of the top stocks which I'm tracking, which are or looking great on technical analysis, and we're going to cover some briefly on their fundamentals as well. But it is something more covering up from the technical side and some of the stocks which probably will help you in making a better investment. Again, you must have seen the disclaimer before coming to this video. I am not at all giving you any kind of advice in this channel. I'm just sharing for education purposes, just so that I can share what I am doing in the market. It might be helpful for you in terms of making some and in making some decisions, but do consult your financial advisor. If you're new to my channel, I do share a lot of insights around investing, also technical fundamental analysis on the stocks listed in US market, Australia market, India market, and also keep sharing a lot of insights around investing, productivity, and profitability. So let's get started. So as you can see here on the on my screen, first of all, if you are new to my channel, do hit the subscribe button so that you get notified and also feed into the YouTube algorithm so that they can feed you with such videos coming forward. And also, if you want to join my community, which is a free community of Peaceful Weekend Investing, do join my Telegram group, which is t.me/Peaceful Weekend Investing. Let's get started with that and let's look at what we discussed last time. Let me grab my pen tool. So as you can see, some of the key levels we were talking about. First of all, this is a weekly. And when I'm recording this video, it is for 12th of Feb weekend. And so that you know, this is a weekly chart. And for us, weekly chart means that we look for at least medium to long-term investing, not day trading or short-term trading. So I have been sharing my view on index as a whole over as it was coming out of the COVID and this particular rally, but then it has gone into the sideways. Now it's kind of making lower low, as you can see here. But what is interesting to see here is that it is going as per our analysis. Our analysis was the key levels to track was this level, which is 6929, and second level of support was 6735. That was strong support, and I will tell you why I'm considering this as strong support as well. And some of the trend lines, you should also make a note of it, because these are some long-term trend lines which are kind of coming in from, if I just take it on monthly chart so they get a better picture here. So that, as you can see here, last time it was a high which was made in around 2007 mid, and thereafter, if index has never able to cross this level, so it has basically touched that and come back. So how beautifully the technical analysis works is also one of the examples which you can see here. Now coming back to our analysis, let's go back to weekly chart. Here, last time we said that, okay, if it is holding it this level, that's great. If it breaks this, then next levels we're looking at 6735. The exactly as per our analysis, this index weekly has gone up both the levels and now closed above the previous support, which was at 7141, which is fantastic. That's great news. At least it's trying to come back. But I'm seeing that the zone will be kind of an sideways market for now, because there's a lot of uh, uncertainties around interest rate, and then at the same time, we're looking at some inflation which is going up. So a lot of uncertainties, and plus the Russia and Ukraine story, which is kind of panning out every day. The news stories, at any moment there might be a war which is being predicted. So all those uncertainties are basically means that I don't see index going anywhere up anywhere soon, because you can see here, this is EMA, the blue line, and the also the other line. So there's EMA weekly and 21, both are trending downwards. And when it is downwards, that means we are talking about there, unless otherwise the short term EMA 11 weeks one goes up, then only we'll say there's some positivity, and otherwise it is kind of going to be sideways market. We want to see all the moving averages trending upwards, and the shorter moving averages above the bigger moving averages, like what you see here, right? So that's where you see the trending upwards. But nevertheless, structure wise, I don't see it's a weak structure at the moment, because it has regained that level. This time it managed to close this level, which is what we were tracking closely. So now it should be spending some time on sideways market. Why do we do all this analysis, and what is important, even though it's the index? Importance is because if headline index is not trending upwards, or it is not in the bull zone, whichever individual stocks you pick up, the chances are that it may not give you the expected returns. So you need to make sure overall market is in bullish zone and it is making higher highs. And then you look at the individual stocks and specific stocks, with what we're going to talk in a minute. Okay, so that's why it is important to understand that. So let's look at some of the other indexes, key indexes, which we kind of marked last time. Utilities structure is very good here. Again, there was a bit of a downward week for this one, but nothing wrong here. So we can see some of the key supports here, which I think is a pin bar here we can see. Then we look at the other one, it is industrials. It has completely given broken down. So it is closed below this support. So it's in negative territory. So it started making lower lows. Fantastic. And this is the one, metal mining. Again, metal mining is started trending up. So keep a watch on that. But you are seeing this is an all-time high of metal. Let's look at the monthly chart. So this is kind of an all-time high. And last time when we looked at it, keep a close watch is what I said. And but since if it closes above this, when we're saying this will be definitely a great sector to watch out for next couple of years, because it's coming out of new cycle. But what is important here is to keep a complete clear stop losses, because these are cyclical stocks of metal mining. So you need to know exactly when you should enter, when you should exit. Let's move to another index, which is the materials. Again, materials also is looking fantastic in terms of, you see here, let's clear this up. So it is definitely, if it closes above here, you are looking at some great levels, which is going to be, it is coming out of the, from 2008, it's going to break this. If it's going to break this, then definitely there'll be some stocks we should look at, strong stocks look at from this sector. Now let's look at the other index we want to track. This is XJR resources. Again, this is also kind of similar to what other ones. So I think all resources, minerals, materials, they're all kind of at the moment looking good at chart. But not a buy at the moment, but make sure you are tracking those stocks which are there. What is the sector changes happening? What are the key reasons why index is moving up? And then look at the stocks and play a basket approach. Is that what I would suggest you? Now, what is very interesting here is this particular index, which is emerging companies. Let's spend some time here. So what you see here is in emerging companies is this chart. Okay. Now, it is, as you can see, the chart itself is making higher highs. Now it is kind of consolidating a bit. And as it breaks above this trend line, you're going to see some great stocks coming out and giving you some multifold returns. It's already has been on higher highs, as you can see here. It has been trending up, but now it's kind of consolidating. So as long as it's holding up to this particular line, we should be looking at higher highs. And if it breaks above this long-term resistance, then you will see some great levels ahead. So let's spend some time on this particular index and what are the constituents of this index. So let's go. So this is the emerging companies index. As you can see, the market cap. So there are total of 198 companies in this index, right? And when you look at it, which are some of the key companies in this index are these are some of the top 10 index weight companies which are there, mostly mining metals, as you can see, some of the consumer discretionary, and some of the stocks are there. So Money 3 Corporation, so there's some financials, and so there's a mixed basket here, which one can track on it. So what are the different sectors? They're very heavy on materials, 43%. Oh, let me just make this pen do. This is sometimes. So materials is 43%. Also, as you can see, the most of the materials are going up. So obviously that's where you can see the it's trending up. Then it's healthcare, information technology, consumer discretionary, energy, financials, 5.6%, communication 3.1, real estate 2.4, industrial 2.2, consumer staples 2.1, and utilities 0.8. But the biggest chunk is 43.9. Okay, and that's a sector breakdown and constituents. And overall, in this, as you can see, because Australia is 187 companies are from this Australia, and 6 from New Zealand, United Kingdom's 2, Canada 1, United States 1, Israel 1. So it's overall emerging companies from Australia market, mainly materials, which is almost close to 50%. Okay, and the ticker is that AXEC. So it's emerging companies. So keep a watch on this one. You're going to find some interesting companies in this index. That's why I wanted to share it. And you can make a note of this website, which provides you all the details, spglobal.com, and you can basically go to this particular website and get all the details of this index. They give you a great breakdown, and also you can download the fact sheet. Okay, fantastic, great. So let's go to our next segment, which is the stocks which I'm tracking for this week. Stocks which are I'm tracking is some of them are interesting large cap companies, and first one in that is Computer Share. Again, I want to give you a view here. This is a weekly chart, and I want to give you the analysis from medium to long term, which we're talking about 3 to 8 months or 10 months view. Now, this stock at this moment, the levels which changed its trend was $15.57. This was a level when it changed the trend, right? Basically started making higher highs. And ever since, as you can see, the next level pit stop was 18.34. Now it is at 22.81. And it has this week has been a big week for this company because it was made such a big candle, as you can see here, bullish candle. And if I go into the monthly chart, then you'll get a better view on this trend line. What is important here is to note the stock right now is trying to break away from this particular trend line, which is long-term trend line. And if it this week it didn't manage to close above that, so you can see there's small wick, and that is the reason. I think, let me zoom in so you get it. Didn't manage to close above this line, and once it closed above this line, then this stock will be making higher highs. So let's check some of the key levels. So I'm not going to personally buy into this stock because right now it's in key resistance zone. But once it closes above that on a weekly basis, then probably I will take a decision and I'll cover with you next week video. Let's see how it goes. So we'll keep in my watch list for some time and see what's the price action talking about. But Computer Share is one of the great companies. As you can see, it has given a great returns for last 1 year. It's given 60%, close to 60% for last 1 year, which is phenomenal from that point. And analysts are also giving buy rating, and if you go to their website, they kind of manage all the funds, super funds. So they are having a definitely a 14,000 employees, 21 countries, 40,000 clients. So they are global company. So I'm not going to cover more of the details of this. Maybe I'll create another video. If you are interested for me to cover more details about ComputeShare, what they do, please do write in comment box below. So I'll cover that in my detailed video of fundamental analysis of this particular company. All right. So let's move to another company, which is DKM. DKM is Ducaton Mining Limited. Now, again, this is an interesting stock. I think one has to keep a watch on this stock. And at this point, as you can see, it has given a close above this level, which is the 2015 level. This is broken first time, and which is something makes me interesting. And also with the big volume also down below, which is happened last time in 2015. Though we have only 5-7 years of details, but still it's coming out with a long base and trying to close above. So we need to do some analysis on this. Fundamentally, I'll do some study, but I put it in my watch list. It's trying to make all-time high and also breaking 52-week high as well. That's why it's coming to my radar. Let's look at some details of this company here. Market cap is only 61 million, so it's a kind of a small cap. It has given almost close to 60% returns last 1 year alone, and it's considered a strong buy. Again, it's a small cap, so I would be, very, very careful and wary because the market is still on sideways, and it is kind of exploration and development of mineral resources, and it's in Western Australia and headquarters in Perth. And if I look at their website, this is their website looking at it. So let's load mining. So they are into nickel mining, and that's what it is they're doing. So we need to do some more fundamental analysis. What's changing in this company? Maybe the nickel prices. So I haven't done that study. Maybe I'll look into that over the weekend and share with you in my next video. But keep a watch on this one. I think it's in a very interesting levels, which is breaking all-time high and 52-week high. Let's look at the other stock, which is PIC, is another stock which we're looking at it. Again, uh, nothing so special, but I think it's also making kind of all-time high. It is kind of consolidating for last couple of months, which has caught my eye, and we have to see whether it's able to break this. So this is kind of going sideways at the moment, but it is kind of at the moment, if you look at $1 215, it was a kind of breakout zone. It's going sideways, so it could go up or it can come back down. We have to observe. There have been a bit of selling, there's kind of buying happening, but I don't see a volume bars. But just gonna keep a watch on this one, and look at it on weekly basis. Let's see what's the weekly basis looks like. Looks like there's a bit of a selling there. Yep. So it's kind of both the moving average is trending up, so that's good, and the small moving average is above the long-term moving average, which is also fantastic. It's just a matter of buying is missing at the moment, and it's on the sideways. Not a heavy selling at the moment, but it's also at the same time we need to observe what's going on, and it's a kind of perpetual equity investment company, so it's also linked to the stock market as well. All right, so let's move to another stock, EOL. So EOL is Energy One Australia. Now this is a stock which one has to keep a watch on. It's breaking. It's going to complete blue sky zone. It has broken this level. Now it is really ever since it's gone from $1, it has been completely on tear from $1 to $7.60, and it's non-stop going up. Now it's again has come a big buying has come in, as you can see here. There's a big buying here, which has come in this week, and the bullish candle, and that too you see there is no wick. That means it's strong buying, and after this, obviously, you don't jump into running train. You have to wait till it cooled off, and then, that's how I'm going to track on it. But this looking very strong in my opinion. given it's a blue sky zone, bullish candle, buying there. I think there's completely changing happening. So I'm going to keep a watch on it and do some study in terms of fundamental analysis, what's changing, because technical analysis is just gives you a head start, but at the same time you just have to do fundamental analysis and get more view on that. So let's go to the last one, which is ITM. It's a new iTech material, which is I sometimes I have my own method of IPO investing, and if you want to know more, you can you know connect with me, and I can share with you more details on that. But what is important here is the stock is coming out of its IPO levels, which is point 0.3. The month which it made an high and low. This was kind of an IPO week. It's newly listed, but what is important is it's kind of at the moment linked to the if you look at his website here, they are into batteries. So developing batteries and critical minerals in South Australia. So that's what has caught my eye. So keep a watch on this one, maybe because EV is kind of in trend at the moment, and this could be one of the company to watch out. Something which probably might give you some decent returns coming forward. So these are the 4 or 5 stocks which I'm keeping on my radar. It has been phenomenal returns. As you can see, it's given 115% last 1 year. Okay. So last 1 week only, it is up 43%, 1 month 100%, 3 months 63%. So it's just been crazy going up. So if it's gone up 100% or 43%, doesn't mean it can't go another 100, 200%. It can. And as you can see, there's a huge strong buying has come in, which also tells you there's some strong buying happening. Some strong hands are getting into this company, and one has to keep an open eye on this one. Okay. So with that, I wanted to cover my analysis here, and so that's about it. If again, I would request you, if you're new to my channel, if you're liking our contents, do hit the notification bell, subscribe to my channel, and give a thumbs up so it feeds up to the YouTube algorithm and also feeds you with such videos coming forward. And I'll be coming up with more videos, similar videos going forward. Hope you're liking our content. Do put in comment box below what has been your key takeaway from this video, and if you're enjoying it, share with your friends and families. Till the next week, I will say goodbye to you. Wish you a happy weekend and also happy investing. Bye bye.